أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف السيد شاف علي، المدير التنفيذي والمؤسس لشركة Firstpress Middle East في إمارات دبي. Good afternoon, Mr. Shaf Ali.
Thank you very much for having me.
As the first, our team honored to visit you today, and we would like to know about you more. Who is Shaf Ali? From the first beginning, when you start your career?
Well, my career started off in the UK actually, and I was in the pharmaceutical industry. And from the pharmaceutical industry, our family, which was more involved in the plastic business. Mm-hmm. So from there, we decided to come to Dubai and put our setup here in Jebel Ali.
Which year that it was?
That was in 2005. We allocated this plot. So if you see, this plot is about 7,500 square meters. So we decided to build at the first phase 3,500, 4,000 square meters plot area. And after that, that was built in 2007. And after 2007, we started the business kicked off in 2007. And 2016, we extended to another further 1,500 square meters of warehousing. So now this area totally is covering in a region of about 6,000 square meters. And we started, like I said to you, 2005. When we started the foundation, we just had a bare land, just sand. So we put our factory up. That was completed 2007, and then from there was no turning back. We were here, and we started off with 2 machines, and from that we started growing. And today we are sitting here with 15, 20 machines. We're probably one of the biggest suppliers of jerry cans, what you can see behind me, in the industry, in the lubricant industry and edible oil industry.
Shaf Ali, we would like to know your experience for 2005 when you came to UAE. How it was for you? Whether you get between the UK and United Arab Emirates, the culture, how it was?
The culture, you know what? See, because we come from, our background is, I'm a Pakistani Kashmiris, and being brought up in the UK, and you know, we've grown up with a lot of, not UAE nationals, but there's a lot of Arabs there, like Yemenis, you know, different parts of Syria. So we always knew the culture, and our culture is very similar to, you know, growing up. So we understand the culture. So when you come here, you respect the culture because it's very similar. But if you talk about the business culture, now that's a bit different here compared to the UK. So when you come here, there's a lot of work where you tend to give more credit in this region. So in the UK, you'll invoice someone, you get paid within 15-20 days once you've invoiced. But here the credit is a lot longer. 90 days you have to work on. So these are the business culture was totally different. So The rest of the culture, we adapted very, very good. And you know what? For us, it was the best, for me anyway, I think it's probably the best place to be, work-wise.
How you select your employees with the big different nationality and mentality also?
Okay, see, what we do is we go for, you could get skilled workers from any part of the world. You could get them from Pakistan, you could get them from India, and you could get them from Nepal, Sri Lanka, anyway. But what we did here is we tried to create that environment where we don't just get them from one country. So we just get them from selected. Like this, I got Pakistanis, we got Nepal, we got Indians, and we got a couple of Sri Lankans as well. And they all do different jobs. And now on the shop floor, most of them, they could do each other's jobs now.
That's great.
Yeah. So the culture, when you said the skilled labor, skilled workforce, that will come from places like India or Pakistan. And a lot of our machine operators, technical support are from Pakistan.
Mr. Shaf Ali, let us know more about the relation between you as an owner with your employees.
You know what? The employees, I don't care what anyone says, that is the backbone. You just took the word out of my mouth. Your employees are your backbone. No matter what they say, your customer, this, that. Customers are here today and they're gone tomorrow.
Right.
They're here with you. If they get slightly better offer, they'll shift. And we've seen that people do shift, and which is fair play. But if you give a good service, good quality product, they'll always come back to you, and then they will never go back. So when you talk about employees, I think that is the main backbone of your company. Our employees, I could tell you, we got employees when we started from 2007, and they're still with us.
MashaAllah. If I ask you about the product you have,
yes.
What you are focusing as a businessman for the product you are selling to the markets? Quality, trust, what you are focused more on the product?
See, you have to deliver. See, we worked on three things: quality, service, and delivery. And like you said, trust. Yeah, you could put 4 in there. You get the quality right, you get the service and the delivery of the product, because we are sitting in an export market.
Right.
We're sitting on a port. So my bottle here could be 1 dirham, this thing here. But what goes into this is probably worth another 15 to 20 dirhams of oil will go in there.
Right.
So this 1 dirham becomes almost 21 dirhams.
Right.
Now, if you put that in a carton, 24 in a carton or 12 in a carton, you're talking about 240,
Right.
up to that much. Now, what we don't want to do is, because a lot of our customers, or other people as well, they get delayed on delivery. So if they don't get this in their factory, they can't fill the product. If they can't fill the product, they'll miss the vessel. And if they miss the vessel, the customer doesn't get the goods. So we're in a chain where we have to make sure our product is delivered 2-3 days before to the customer.
And the raw materials, easy to find?
The raw materials, of course, we're in the right place. It's a byproduct of oil, and we are lucky to have, and I'm a very big customer of Baruch being Abu Dhabi based part of Adna Group. So we have a very good relationship with them. We take a lot of material from them. And you got Sabiq, Saudi Arabia, the biggest petrochemical.
You work for recycling. We can say how a sister company to argue for the raw materials as a recycling.
As a recycling, this is a new thing that is getting, and we are pushing our customers to start putting recycle in there now. So what happens is educating the people now. The big corporate companies who we have, we are fortunate enough they understand that. So they are coming into this recycling now and bringing the product weight down. So if we could bring this product Why? If it's at 68 grams, and if you could bring this down to 60 grams, we're helping the environment as well. You know, in the ecosystem. So this is the next big thing that everyone's looking at, and especially our industry. We get slated a lot in this, so we have to make sure that we lead from the front.
2005, you start the plant. 2007, you start to the market. What the future? What the next?
The future, as long as we are running, there's productions going on. You know, we see a lot of people saying that, you know, the electric vehicles are going to come in. Is there going to be demand for our product? But we don't see the switch happening so soon, especially in the developing countries. And we are getting, our product is exported to most of the developing countries.
Mr. Shaf Ali, can I know who built your character or who guided you to be today in this level, and for who you will say thanks?
I like to, you know,
very near to you.
The person who's very near, and you know what, I don't want to take any credit for this. It's, I don't know if your cameras could put it up here, is Mr. Zaid Aziz. He is the founder of the company. In 1985, he's the one who actually started the company in the UK. Unfortunately, he passed away just recently, about 2-3 years ago. He's passed away. Yeah, and he's the one who actually put the whole thing together in the UK. And then we just brought it here, took it up, and he was part of his here as well, and you know, helped us to build this business up.
How are you happy for what you reached today in Firstpress?
Alhamdulillah.
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 And if I ask you about the important things which His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid he mentioned in my vision book, it is not easy to be number one, but the hard things to continue. From 2005 till today, mashallah, you are growing more and more. How you manage your business to continue and to be one of leaders company in the market?
You know what, we couldn't thank more to this country, to His Highness, the way, you know, everything is here. You feel so comfortable. You know, now I'll be honest with you, me personally, and I think a lot of people could relate to this, putting business to the side. We go back to the UK, I go for a break for a month. Every 3 months I take a month break. My partner comes over, sits here for a month. And you know, when I get into my second week, I want to come back. Because it's not the same. And I think, you know, you ask any of the expats, they feel the same. 2 weeks you're in, you've done your highs and buys, you just want to do your buys. You just want to come back. Because the safety in this country, the security in this country, you know, it's the next level. You could live here, honestly speaking, you know, my family comes here, we sit here, we could leave our doors open. That's how safe this country is.
Who support you, Mr. Shaf Ali? Who's your backbone from your family, and what you will say for them for their support?
Oh, definitely 100%. My family, I would like to say, you know, normally don't say this, and I'm saying it on camera as well today. It must be my wife, and you know, the way because when we started off, it wasn't easy here. I moved here alone, and she was bringing up 2 young kids, 1 and 2 years old, and you know what, and it's not easy. It's not easy, and now they're teenagers, you know, 16 and 17, and she's the one actually, I'd like to say that, and the man behind me, Mr. Zaid Aziz.
And what do you want to say for us?
Oh, God, do I have to say this on camera? I think I'll leave that to private, you know.
Mr. Shaf Ali, as you mentioned, you are one of the best countries in the world from the safety and security, which help us to invest and to live in this country. More than 213 nationalities, 156 languages that we support each other because our leaders is built for us one of the best countries in the world, even for the respect, the humanity respect. What you will say for the UAE government and leaders, for their supporters, for their...
So first of all, I'd like to thank His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid for the wonderful work that they're doing in the UAE. Please keep the vision going. You guys are on the right track, and your team is doing an amazing job. And if we carry on like this, in my heart, we already think that this UAE is the #1 country. and let's get it up there, make it to the world that UAE is the #1 country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shaf Ali, for your time to be with the EMARATI program. We wish for you all the best, and we will say for you Ramadan Kareem.
Thank you very much.
في كل إمارة تروح تسندك عقل وروح، بر ومدن وجبال حاجة ترد